Just in me seed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Just in me seed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Just in me speed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Just in me seed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Black Rambo, soundboy don't when I let one go. Black Rambo, soundboy don't when they with no station done strong. Black Rambo, soundboy don't when I let one go. Just in me seed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Black Rambo, soundboy don't when I let one go. Black Rambo, soundboy don't when they with no station done strong. Black Rambo, soundboy don't when I let one go. Just in me speed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Just in me speed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Just in me speed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Just in me speed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red drum. Just in me seed, yeah, everything bonds. Soundboy don't decay my red
Good morning,
drum.
buddies. Good morning, good morning. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Hi, how are y'all doing today? Congrats on getting first, Jeremy. Welcome in, Penguin. Hi, thank you for contributing to science. How's everybody doing today? Hope the answer's well. Today we are working on some giveaway art. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I'll be curious to see if peeps can. Oh, well. I'll be curious if people can guess. Ignore that later. You already do. Hello, Grim. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good day. I have some coffee today, y'all. I did not nap before stream. Hi, Penguin. Hello. Music is too loud. Oh shit, you're right. I forgot to turn it back down. You're right. I did forget to turn it back down. That is on me. Apologies. I usually turn it down at the start of stream, but I get so excited to start drawing. Hot chocolate, oat milk with espresso. I'm doing good. Thank you for asking. I hope you're doing well. We're going to be trying to draw a hand today. The world's hardest thing to do as an artist. The true test of one's patience. Drawing hands. Mostly because hands are just, they're very strange shape. I'm packing a bit because I'm about to take the night train. Ooh, where are we going? I remember being in a bingo room and someone kept saying he got it after the number 69 was called. Got him! Like, Okay, this is better. Germany to expect your first live esports tournament. Oh my god, that's so fun. Hope you have a good time. Be safe. You going with friends? That sounds so fun. Oh my god. I kind of forgot to let that charge. Hi Reptilian, welcome in. It's good to see you. Hope you're having a good day today. You're going alone? Oh, have fun. I've gone to plenty of events alone by myself and I used to go out a lot. What's wrong? I used to go out all the time. Festivals, concerts, movies, if I really wanted to see something that was out. I have no friends that I'd go. That's exactly, it was less that I didn't have friends who'd want to go. I just didn't feel like coordinating with people because that's a lot of effort. And, you know, if I knew friends that were also going, I could meet up with them, but not have to feel obligated to stay with them the whole time, which was always really nice, because if I wanted to leave early, I could. Are you gonna go up on the bed? You can do it. Help. I don't think you need help. You were running around. I think you just... Yeah. You can do it. She's so strong. She's so strong. I've only ever gone to concerts. I've gone with friends before when they've invited me, but I have not ever like tried to coordinate with other people. Adrenaline rush, not a new assignment. You have no friends to go to events with. I always just made friends at the events, and then I would see them at other events, and then you just kind of like, you see the same people so many times at the same events, you kind of become acquaintances. Oh. It was just a Zoom link. Like, I would make friends at the event. But I learned early on that if I sit around waiting for other people to do stuff with me, I'm never gonna get to do anything ever. I should have made today's title Drawing Hands, the hardest game out there. It truly is hard drawing fingers that don't look like sausages. That looks terrible. I don't know why I did that. Okay. We'll try drawing off this now. There's a Comic-Con near me in October. Oh, fun! Well, the reason this looks wrong is because the index finger shouldn't be higher than... Let's draw it in links, right? So I know our fingers have 3 points, right? We got this point, this point. And then we have another point. Other point. Another point. This point, right? Those are the fingertips. Thumbs only have 2 points. Don't forget that third point. Thumbs! Thumbs! I think I want to go to that. You should! It can be... The biggest thing you gotta keep an eye out for, you know, you just gotta be alert. You gotta be aware of your surroundings, of what's going on around you, and be careful. And I think people can have a lot of fun going to events by themselves, as long as they keep, you know, their wits about them. Because that's kind of the other thing, like, events where people go to get fucked up, for example, going with a friend group, you can have one friend who maybe is more responsible or designated to keep track of everybody. But when you're going by yourself, if you get a little too crazy, well, nobody's gonna wanna... I mean, you might have a friend who sees you there to help, but if you're by yourself and don't know anybody, I mean, shit. You know, you gotta be a little careful. And the next part... Well, I just realized these are actually
Turn it back up.
That's not the feeling. Looks a little better. More of a connection here. Okay, I'm gonna fill this in with black so I can actually see it against the background. Drawing hands. It takes a while, but it's worth it if I can actually sit through it and do it. Thank God I have this hot chocolate coffee or I would be done with the art already. I'd be like, let's move on to Metal Gear Solid! And I made it differently today, so it tastes like... It just tastes different. It's like the order of operations in cooking really matter. You know? It's almost like it's chemistry in that way. God fucking hands. I could have picked a pose that didn't have hands, but I was like, I need to challenge myself. And I do. It's not wrong. I just fucking hate drawing hands.
Turn the track up.
Except for this one doesn't go like that. This one. That.
Turn the track up.
Fingers. Oh god, it looked fine and then I added too much. Hips. Hips in there. And then if I remove the background, it almost looks fine until I do that. It looks so fucked up! Even AI hates drawing hands. True. True, it's the one thing that I can relate to. But this is so bad! Just shoot me in Minecraft already. Take away my artist degree. This is why I should have gone to like drawing classes in art school instead of my coding coding and sculpture courses. I just didn't think I would be getting into drawing at any point. I could have helped myself quite a bit. Oh, that was the song. I was like, what is this background noise? Do I have something open playing in the background? I think it was just the end part of the song. Yeah, this is true, right?
I'm Paul.
Hi, Pixie. Thank you for contributing to science. Good morning, my dear. Alright, we have this monstrosity. It's getting better, kind of. Iteration. It's all about iterating until you get something you actually don't hate. Just fucking kill me. Ugh. Wait. Do they have 5 fingers or 4? Wait a minute, I'm looking at the reference sheet. I think they have 4 fingers. Yeah! I think they only have 4 fingers. So, interesting. I'm gonna draw her with 5. It's good practice. Good practice. Alright, we're gonna redo our shaping here. The hand looks like this. Alright. We have our hand here. The hand base. Alright. Palm separates a bit here and comes out. Separates a bit here and comes out. Bounce on it. Crazy style. Anyways, these need to be closer. Okay. Then the center pieces of our fingers are different sizes. I'm gonna just base it off my hand. I got tiny ass hands. Hopefully it's okay. I don't think so. I got them tiny fingers. Short. Sorry, if my pen keeps hitting the microphone, I'll move it up a bit further. Shouldn't there be like more of a bump here? Okay. Iteration, I say for the 10th time as I try to convince myself this is going to look like a hand at some point in time. Modeling hands is probably way worse, like 3D modeling. 3D modeling is a different monster all fucking together. It's kind of crazy. If you've ever 3D modeled something, it's easier in some ways and much more difficult in others, you know? Trill, oh my god, are you drawing? Oh my god, I am Fingonito. Welcome in. I am drawing. We do a little drawing. I'm doing good, thank you for asking. I'm going crazy trying to draw hands. But, you know, otherwise I'm doing okay. I could just use my own hand as a reference, but then I would have to stop and take a picture of my hand, and I don't feel like doing that. You know? Only in digital. I started on paper, but now I only do digital. Now I only do digital stuff. I actually started as more a sculptor than a drawer. I did more sculpting and interactive installation technology-based pieces with like Warudo. Ooh, you should definitely start One Piece. Just be aware that the first few seasons have very slow pacing. Hi, my Samantha. Welcome in. It's good to see you. Hi, Samantha. Do you know if your model has 5 hands or 4? Yeah, I used to work with clay and stuff. Not necessarily clay sculptures, but I used to do, we did wiring, we did wood, we did clay, we did plaster. What do you mean by that exactly? Do you know if your model, like if your design has 4 fingers or 5? There is a reason for this. I'm just not gonna tell you what it is. You said hands, but I believe 5. Okay, I did say hands. Yeah. How many fingers are you holding up? Okay, 5. Okay. I couldn't tell. I couldn't remember, rather, I should say. This many. I prefer dub too, Reptilian, mostly because I'm drawing and I don't really have time to read subtitles while drawing, so. But yeah, okay, that's good to know. That's good to know. Dubs are really good lately. Yeah, I've been very impressed with the level of acting from dub actors. Okay, we're starting over. We're starting over. This is all crashed. We're starting over. Jammy's sitting there like, is this fucking play about me? Is this play about me? Jammy realizing I'm drawing her. What? What? You mean what? Sorry though, I'm gonna fuck up your hands. I'm so worried I'm gonna fuck the fuck up out of your hands. No hands are hard, right? And I picked a really cute pose. Right? Look how cute this pose is. It's adorable. There was another one I had that I was gonna use and the hands were so much more complicated though. I liked this pose though. So, I'm sticking with it. It's so cute, right? Ducky won bingo and this was her choice of drawing. Last year she picked Bree. This year she picked you. Yeah, that's why I asked. She did not tell me this. Yeah, I know. I was probably meant to keep it a surprise, but also I didn't know that you would show up today or not. So, she didn't necessarily say I couldn't work on it publicly or tell you about it. It was just like, you know, but it's good for me to practice drawing hands. Except for I make sausage fingers. Alright, if we were to use this as our template for the 3 finger bits, alright? Except for this is wrong because it needs to look more like this. You know? How many times have you drawn me at this point? That's a good question. I would... Can I check this without showing anything inappropriate? Let's find out. So we're working on the current one. There was you wiggle, so that's 2 times. There's the Christmas card, that's 3 times. I know there's the hop, which is 4. Oh, 5. Here's another one that I did for our collab. Yeah, here's the 4th one. Hi, Arcane. I rigged your model, to be fair. I did not draw it. That was the lovely Bree. though now I'm about to draw your top half. But yes, I'm very familiar with your design. I love it. It's very well done. Meows! Hi, my Ark. How are you doing today? Let's just say I've spent a lot of time with Shammy's model, and I love it very much. He's one of my babies. I'll start with the fingertips this time and see how that works. Thank you. Of course! I am doing good. I almost said happy Friday, and then I remembered, wait, it's Thursday, not Friday. Remembered. We're blocking out our finger joints. Brother, I wish, I know. I keep forgetting. It's so funny because I keep thinking Saturdays or Sundays too, and both Fails and my mom are like, no, it's still Saturday. You know, you can't take that away from us. I was like, oh shit, sorry, you're right, my bad. They're like, you may not work, but you can't. I'm like, sorry, I'm not trying to make you work more days. Oh no. Adding more days to the work week. Those last few weren't necessary. Okay. Did this on very low opacity. We're now going to try to draw with the concept of this. Anything you can do, I can do better. I could do anything better than you. Can you ban yourself better than I can? Nope. I don't know if you were just trying to sing a song coming in here, but I'm gonna be real, that's not a good vibe. That's not a good vibe coming into a stream, especially when I'm drawing. Yeah, that's a choice. That's like that makes me feel like you're trying to challenge me, and I'm not feeling like being challenged right now. Hi, Sana, welcome in. You're looking scrumdiddlyumptious today. I remember when I learned the word scrumdiddlyumptious as a kid, and I was so excited to use it, and my mom took us out to dinner once, and I was like, man, this looks scrumdiddlyumptious. And she looked at me and she's like, where did you learn that? And I was like, class, I'm so smart. And now I realize it was just such a weird word, she'd never heard it before, not that it was a real word that she didn't know what it meant. Little did I know at the time that it's just a longer version of scrumptious, which is already a word, but my little head thought I was really cool. You know what I'm realizing here, while I have this part here and it's meant to be the thumb, I don't really have good knuckles going here. So it's kind of hard to draw a hand without the use of knuckles. You know? So if we take this into account, that might be why our hands are looking so weird. I've always found it's generally that I've forgotten a human body part. I tell Zach he's my honey sugar plum pumpy umpy pumpkin scrumdiddlyumptious gorgeous man. Oh my god, you just reminded me of that song.
You're my honey bun, sugar plum, pumpy umby umpkin. You're my sweetie pie. You're my cupcake gum.
Hi, Addie, welcome in.
You're the apple of my eye, and I love you so, and I want you to know that I'll always be right here. And I love to sing 3 songs to you because You are so dear.
Classic. I forgot about that till you just said all that. That's so funny. What did I walk into? An old internet meme. Old internet memes. I have a pose I want, which I want finger 1 like this, and then I want finger 2 like this, and then I want finger 3 like this, and finger 4 like this. It looks painful. Okay, this is not what I want to do with the handout, actually. Oh. It just looks so, you know, someone sat on it. It looks like my Barbie doll that I used to chew on the hand when I was a kid. Did anybody else have that habit? I used to chew on Barbie doll hand and feet. Hands and their feet. Specifically the hands were just really fun to chew on. I used to chew on a lot of stuff, actually, because I never used a pacifier. So I always had, like, very weird fixations on chewing stuff. Like, I would chew my hair. I never swallowed it a lot, thankfully, though. I never got into that. I used to destroy pens, yes! It was those little Barbie hands, though, man. They were just so perfect for for chomping. I was just chewing on my wooden bed frame. Oh my god! I never chewed on the bed frame outright. Not ever on the bed frame. We're gonna reverse image what I'm doing with my hand, okay? I want this. Okay, and then this finger comes forward a bit more. This one comes forward even more to the point where you probably can't see it as much. And then this finger is coming back. I'm making this with my hand, so I know this is a very possible hand shape, actually. I just have to make it look more natural. Like, this is definitely a hand shape that you can get. And there's a knuckle here. Mad science. It'll work. Just keep fucking it up more. I used to shave off their hair and then rip off their heads? What? Okay, to be fair, on the 4th of July, once I was out of my Barbie phase and into my Bratz doll phase, I took one of my Barbies and we took it out to like a place where you could do fireworks, and we tied a bunch of firecrackers around her and set them off, and it burned a hole through her body and burned off most of her hair, and she was all charred and fucked up, and I kept the doll for like years. It was cool. Burned a hole right through her. She has a lot of body parts on the inside. A lot of anatomy. I remember being surprised that it wasn't just hollow. Yeah, poor Barbie. Yeah, she kind of got unnecessary hate. Thank you for contributing to science, Addie. I appreciate it. She got some unnecessary hate, I won't lie. I was in my I'm not like other girls phase at that point, right? I like not pink things. I like Bratz dolls, which are definitely still like super girly. the hand. And this is the Barbie hands after I was finished with them. Actually. No, those were more popular when I was like done with the doll phase, I think. Those hadn't really become super popular yet. But I was more into the Bratz dolls. Those are really cute though. Monster High designs and stuff are really cute. Yeah, I was more into Bratz dolls. I still remember the day that my mom gave me the talk, like the sex talk. She took me to Target first, and she was so nervous. Like I could tell she had something weird to tell me, but I could tell I wasn't in trouble, which was like a bonus. And then she took me to Target and was like, "Pick a toy, any toy you want." And I was like, something bad is happening. I was like, but okay. And I picked, I went to the Bratz doll section and I picked not one, but it was 2 dolls in one go because they were twins. And she was like, yeah. And I was like, oh, fuck, we're doing it. I got new dolls. Holy shit. And we get home and she pulls out this fucking tiny book with pictures. And she gives me the talk. The whole time, I'm like, oh, okay, cool, yeah, neat. The penis is a bridge for sperm to the vagina. Neat, neat, yes, yes, eggs, baby, cool. Can I play with my toys now? It was all I could think of the whole time. I was like, oh, neat, yeah. She did try to make it fun for me. She was trying really hard. She was very nervous about the whole thing. Which is understandable. Because she asked her friends how they told their kid. And they gave her the book. It's just so funny. You can tell how nervous she was. It was great. Alright, back to this thing. Oh Lord, she's all giggles today. I've had some coffee, Warrior, and I'm still finishing it. But welcome in, Warrior. Good morning. Yes, I'm very giggly today. It's so true though. Kids are generally like, cool. Anyway, yeah, like I didn't give a shit. I was like, the thing is, at the time, I already knew guys had penises and girls had vaginas. I already knew that, and I knew that to have babies, they had to have sex. And I knew sex was people getting naked and touching each other, and like having their bodies touch each other. But I didn't understand how the baby was made, right? So the book started explaining what sperm and what eggs are, and how the baby is made on like a, you know, subderma level, and like how the eggs and they all formulate or whatever. Ferment? You ferment the egg? Anyways, the babies are made inside of the body. And I was like, okay, but how does the sperm get to the egg? And then they literally drew the penis as like a bridge. And it was like an X-ray into it. It was like people crossing the bridge, because the whole book was like people having the talk with their kid. And I was like, oh, that was the part I didn't have. Thank you. And that was pretty much all I needed to know. Like everything else, I was like, yeah, I can kind of get this. Okay. It's not wrong at all. It was just really funny. And you could think about it in a way. It was my first X-ray experience. Seeing X-ray into the genitalia. Who would have known that I would have been seeing much more of it later on once I got into hentai. Just a very different kind of X-ray. The kind that nobody fucking asked for, by the way. Nobody asked for the weird, horrible anatomy, but we don't need to talk about that. As I'm looking at them, okay, hold on, wait. Okay, no, I realize I'm being very hypocritical here. My anatomy is not good either, okay? Yeah, cool, I'm gonna go play Nintendo. Exactly, Addie. Exactly. Oh boy, okay. So, we have our twisted hand. Already wrong. Already wrong. Crazy. Crazy. Yo, chill, my girlfriend is on this app. What is that hand gonna be gripping? Yeah, I don't know what it's gonna be gripping either. It's good practice though. This is very good practice.
Lens. What we telling them? Some barn and road business. Easy.
Like I can draw the tips of fingers very easily. But unfortunately, that's not the only part of the finger that exists. You know? There's this whole other part, but I think we're getting that must grip unapologetically. Oh, yeah. Okay, there's the thumb. That was the actual thumb. Nice. Thumb done. Now I'm gonna do the rest on another layer because I really like how that thumb looks and I don't want to fuck it up. Oh lord, we gripping. Exactly. Okay, wait. I'm kind of cooking. Why does that look wrong? I mean, no, that's about how it would look. Maybe this part would be a bit more right there. But I also don't like my drawings where the pieces sort of okay. Now we're getting somewhere. I figured eventually, if I get an iteration will get you there. You just have to accept it's gonna look like shit for the first many attempts until you get something you like, and then you can kind of build off of that until you get the final finished thing that you actually want.
If them one target dark like Freddy, come like Pearson, master ready. Dub plate season, pass the machete. Head top beat, palms them sweaty. Be a burial, be a sound, be a
Alright, it's starting to look like real fingers. And so now well, let's finish up with the sketch. It's not completely freestyle just yet.
How did I get lost in my own orbit, revolving around the planet?
No, that's about right. The only reason this doesn't have a separation.
Signals on my screen when the signs that I'm receiving are all delayed in time. All I wanted was a little space,
Okay. It looks more fingers like than it did before. It definitely doesn't look like a hand still, and the pinky is way too tall.
how couldn't I see it really was a cage? Give me a little space.
This is off. Yeah, the pinky's just way too tall here. Way too. I mean, the hand looks a little fat, but it's looking more real. The hand has kung fu grip, but does it also have a karate chop action? Kung fu grip and karate chop action. Oh, I'm so glad I don't have 3D tracking because the hand motions I just made were not. I didn't think them through. I'll just say that. I'll just. Let's just say I did the gripping motion and then the karate chopping motion without ungripping my hand, and it did not look like, you know, well, you know what it looked like. I just described it. Copy finished. 5-point palm exploding heart technique. I'm seeing, I'm slowly seeing some of the issues here. For example, doing it like that would help a ton. And then you probably wouldn't even see much. There we go. That looks like a real fucking hand. Holy shit. We're getting there. This part is still getting fixed. So like, it's starting to look more like a real arm. Two separate layers. The sunrise karate grip attack. What you doing with those hands over there? Yeah, I know. I didn't know what I was doing. I wasn't thinking. I'm gonna blow some bubbles. I gave the hand Ozempic. Please. Baking soda peroxide. Yeah, Sosa? What about baking soda and peroxide? That looks nice. That doesn't look great. That's more accurate. We're getting closer to something that looks like a real human hand. It's not perfect yet, but we're getting there, you know? For now, for the sketch, I think this is fine. I'll come back and fix it up a bit later. It's very rough. Okay. It's been an hour. I just drove myself crazy trying to draw this hand. I think we're good with the hand drawing. I'm good on the hand drawing. I'm gonna go crazy if I have to draw this again one more time. But I'm liking how it's looking. Obviously, I think this middle finger looks like it has an extra few bumps that it doesn't need. And the fingers are a little pointy and stuff, but I think it'll get better with time. I think she's coming along cutely. Alright, let's get rid of my drawing desk. So we're gonna switch over to Metal Gear Solid. If you're on YouTube and you're not sticking around, that's totally fine. I'll see you next week on Monday with more art to start off, and then we'll end with games. So, see you then, YouTube. Goodbye. And Twitch, while I get up the new YouTube stream, we're going to go ahead and send you guys on your little 3-minute ad break. Go potty, get some snacks, get ready for